Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be taking our first look at this year's summer DLC update for GTA Online, taking a look at what's new, what's returning, and pretty much going over everything that you need to know about this year's summer update in GTA Online. So make sure to stay tuned, we got a lot of really exciting stuff to talk about today, but first off, leave a like and subscribe down below for more GTA Online coverage just like this. But first off, here's a quick shout out, and after that, we'll get into the video. Now today's shout out goes to a really awesome website known as Oh Great Games. If you're looking for an awesome place to buy video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, and more, check out ohgreatgames.com. They've got a fantastic selection at great prices, and you'll find everything you need to level up your entertainment. So don't miss out, head over to ohgreatgames.com now and discover your next favorite game or movie. For more info, click the first link in the description down below to check out Oh Great Games. But with that being said, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, we talked a few days ago about Rockstar Games working on releasing a summer DLC update very soon, and we finally received an official announcement directly from Rockstar Games earlier today. Now, this update is going to be a Cops and Crooks style update, and while it isn't the original Cops and Crooks that Rockstar was working on many months ago, it is a law enforcement style update, which we haven't received so far in GTA Online. The premise of the update is actually pretty simple. You're essentially going to work and disguise yourselves as bail enforcement agents, and I can only assume that you're going to work from inside certain prisons around the game to break people out from the inside, kind of like an inside job, and working with them against the law enforcement. We're going to have to wait and see how this plays out, but that is essentially going to be the main premise of this update. So if you're somebody that wanted to play as law enforcement or anything along those lines in GTA Online, this update is going to be for you. Now, this update will be arriving later this month. Rockstar Games did not give an exact date, but they did say later this month, so keep an eye on the Rockstar Games social media and the Rockstar Games newswire in the coming weeks for an official announcement. In addition, Rockstar Games will also be adding some new features to the creator, including allowing you to create custom drift and custom drag races in the creator. On top of that, Rockstar does say that they will be boosting payouts across a number of existing modes and missions, including taxi work, open wheel races, Operation Paper Trail, and more. Now, going back to the creator upgrades, in addition to allowing people to create custom drift races and drag races, you can now also test your races from any chosen checkpoint. So for example, let's say you have a very long race and you need to test it. You don't need to restart it from the beginning every single time. You can simply pick a checkpoint, test from there, and then test from any other checkpoint as you move along. This is going to be an absolute lifesaver, especially for people that create very long races and very difficult ones, and I'm honestly quite surprised that this hasn't been added yet, but better late than never. They also say they're launching a range of new improvements designed to help the community create and share their amazing races, death matches, and more, but those haven't been announced just yet, besides the one that we just talked about. And as expected, this year's summer update is going to include a ton of experience upgrades. These are small, minor upgrades that make the game a lot better to play. Things like increasing the cell mission timer to make it easier for solo players taking on biker and gun running sales, snacks automatically replenishing when launching most missions, buffing defense and armor capabilities, and things along those lines for various other parts of the game. Now, these may seem minor, but this is actually a really big and important thing for GTA Online and the future of the game, because 2024 is the final full year of GTA Online updates. GTA 6 will be releasing next year, and while Rockstar will continue supporting GTA Online with security patches and really important updates, there will be no new content added after the release of GTA 6. So they need to make sure the game is in a good state to be played for many years to come, which is much easier said than done. Rockstar Games does also say that as they continue to monitor and balance payouts to ensure all mission types are fun and rewarding, they will also be increasing base payouts for players taking on part of open wheel races, taxi work, and many of the contact missions. So these payouts will be increased. We don't know how much just yet, but Rockstar Games is working on balancing those payouts to ensure that the game is in a good place for many years to come. And don't forget that there is a dedicated website for GTI Online feedback, so you can submit your feedback, and now more than ever, Rockstar Games is certainly looking at what players are saying. So if you have an important piece of feedback, something that you feel would make the game better for many years to come, I'll leave a link in the description down below. It only takes a minute to fill out, submit your feedback, and while it's not verified and confirmed that your feedback will be added into the game, it is almost certain that an employee will take a look and at least decide whether it is worthy or not. So the big thing in this update is definitely going to be the new story surrounding you being able to play as a law enforcement agent, or more specifically, a bail enforcement agent. So that's going to be the main part of this update, but Rockstar Games is also going to be launching one new vehicle in this update, which looks really good, and that is going to be the Overflood Pipistrello. Now, this is going to be categorized as a supercar, and if you have GTA Plus, you're actually going to get it for free as part of this update. We don't know how much it's going to cost outside of that, but this will be a new car that is added in this update, and it honestly looks really, really good. So just to go over everything again, we have the new storyline in this update, including you being able to play as a bail enforcement agent. We have a ton of upgrades to the creator, including drift races, drag races, and also some efficiencies to help you test them. We also have the GTA Online feedback website and a lot of other improvements surrounding it, including balancing mission payouts, increasing timers where it makes sense, and kind of just optimizing the game. And then, of course, as we did just discuss, we do have the one new vehicle being added in this update. So all of this will be coming out later this month. Now, usually I don't go over the patch notes in my videos. However, I think with this update, the patch notes are going to be very interesting, especially considering all of the small improvements and changes that will be made in this update to player experience. So when this update releases later this month, we will be going over that. But in the meantime, that is everything that we know so far. So I'll leave a link to the announcement in the description down below. If you want to go ahead and check it out, feel free. It does go into what we discussed in this video in a bit more detail. And then I'll also leave a link to the GTI Online feedback website on rockstargames.com if you want to go ahead and submit your advice, feedback, or really anything else in terms of suggestions. But I want to hear from all of you in those comments down below. In terms of the bail enforcement agent update, what are your thoughts? Do you think that it is a good fit for GTI Online? Are you interested in playing it? Are you going to skip this update? Any and all thoughts you have about this and more, let me know in those comments down below, because I really want to hear from all of you. But either way, if you enjoyed this video and you like seeing updated on latest news surrounding GTI Online and the GTA series in general, leave a like and subscribe down below for more GTA news just like this, and I will see you in the next one.